Studies show women who are unhappy with their bodies are 4 times more likely to develop postpartum depression. So today we're getting some specially tailored flamenco-inspired moves to help women feel sensual in their shifting skin while knowing they're doing what's best for baby the whole time. Dr. Coco Cabral, the flamenco dancing MD, is here now to show us powerful yet safe ways to move with joy. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Aubrey. So good to be here again. Always great to work with you.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to see some of these moves, but let's talk about this a little bit first. What's that connection between body image during pregnancy and then postpartum depression, which a lot of women do suffer from?
Yeah, so you mentioned in that little intro, there's a Harvard study that came out recently that connected if a woman is feeling unhappy about her body during pregnancy or even before heading into getting pregnant, she has a 4 times more likely chance of developing postpartum depression. And by the way, that hits more than 600,000 US women every year. So very, very significant. There's also another study that came out of the UK that showed that upwards of 70% of women use these words, these actual words, to describe themselves while they're unsexy, shapeless, and frumpy. So putting that all together, those descriptions of your body, those are rather unhappy, right? Unhappy words, to carry with you through, like, into a pregnancy and then through a pregnancy. And that's really setting women up for possible postpartum depression.
And doctor, there's this idea that pregnant women have a glow, which a lot of them do, but they're not necessarily always feeling glowy, even though that's what we see. Talk about some of the real feelings they experience, and I guess that's led to why you've developed some of these flamenco-inspired dance moves to make them feel better.
Exactly. I'll tell you from myself, I have had 4 pregnancies and births, a couple more pregnancies that I lost actually, but of the pregnancies that went all the way through to birth, I definitely felt frumpy. And I'm somebody who, I've been a lifelong dancer, exercise is an integral part of my life, so I was very active, still dancing during the pregnancies, but it didn't matter what I did, I still gained 50 pounds, 50 pounds every single time, no matter what I did. And what that did to me was it actually made me feel out of control. So it was that combination of feeling frumpy, but also out of control. And from what I've seen, that is a very common theme, that out of control theme where, you go to sleep and then you wake up the next morning and things have changed so much and there was nothing that you could do about that. So it's that lack of control really feeds into that.
Okay, well, let's get into these flamenco dance moves because we only have a couple minutes left. I know we have some video, but I don't know if you also want to demonstrate some of these moves that you've tailored for women before, during, and after pregnancy.
Exactly. So the first move I'd like to show is really, really good for when you've got the belly kind of pressing up into your ribs, right? And the baby is oftentimes kicking you in the ribs and making it hard to breathe. So you can do this sitting or standing. I'll demonstrate sitting. And you're just kind of nice and solid in your seat. And take your shoulders and with a big breath in, as big as you can manage taking a breath in, roll the shoulders forward and up. So here's your breath in. And then push the breath out as best you can as you roll the shoulders to the back. And then hit the bottom. And really let this position, that back to bottom part of the roll, like settle so that lifts the rib cage off of the belly so that you can get a little bit of a better breath. This is also really good when you're trying to get pregnant for instilling confidence, right? This uplifted, confident kind of feeling. So that's the first move. I'll show you another move. Also good for when the belly is big, to loosen up. There are ligaments inside our body that tend to tighten as the uterus grows and as that baby grows. So again, we'll do this when seated, and you can have your legs kind of wide apart and allow your belly to kind of suspend itself in between the wide legs, but keep that posture that we just established in the previous exercise so that you're not caving over the belly, over the baby. So here, and you can hold yourself up with your arms. So you're also developing some nice arm strength. And then it's not a twist, but it's more of a push of the hand and the arm. You're kind of pushing that knee away from the hip and creating some length in the inner thigh, and that will help to open up the hips. And you just do that a few times, maybe 3 times on each side. Take a nice breath in there, and that helps to open up hips, loosen the ligaments on the inside.
Yeah, it looks like you'll really get a nice stretch in there. And I want to thank you for coming on the show and sharing some of your wisdom and insight. And I know you do classes that are all flamenco inspired. If you want more on these pregnancy dance moves, you can visit cocosflamefit.com/bump-joy. YCL will be right back.